Good morning, everyone, and welcome to those who are watching online today. Thank you for being here with me in this connection through this meditation. My name is Debbie Little, and I'm the practitioner for today. So take a moment just to check your cell phones and see if they are off, so we can have this wonderful, quiet experience together. This meditation is a blend of spoken word, music, and silence. And it will last approximately 30 minutes. 30 minutes, no. 20 minutes, well, I could do 30, no, 20 minutes, 15 to 20. Okay, here we go. Sorry. All right. So let's just relax and just be in this moment. We're going to pay attention. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to breathe. And we're going to return home with me, memorizing the stepping stones along the way. We're going to embrace them and love them as we discover the mysteries of life. And we're going to feel refreshed as we breathe in and breathe out gently in this moment. We can open the door wide to our souls and welcome any insights that filter in like moonbeams dancing across the room. Catch them at a glance and breathe. Stay conscious as a silent witness observes patiently, gracing you with rich blessings, bringing you back to your natural state of being. So we know that this world is filled with small miracles, but it is also filled with challenges and doubts and worries. But there is also this promise, God's promise to you. And if He sent an angel to you to be the sentry at your door, this is what He would wish for you. If I were your angel, sent to be a sentry at your door, there would be no pain that you would feel. There would never be a storm to threaten your comfort, nor would there be darkness to blind your path. There would be no illness within your body. You would never know hunger, and you would never know fear or weariness. You would always be warm. If I were your angel, I would guard you from the impurities of doubt. You would never be deceived by those who would deprive you of joy. If I were your angel, I would be sent to be a sentry at your door. I would love you. I would be there. So just breathe in this moment and relax. If I were your angel, no words of discouragement would you hear. You would never hear words to cause you doubt of yourself, for you were never created to be less than who you are. You would not know how to frown from sadness, for no sadness would you feel. You would not know loss, nor would you become poor in spirit. Your aspirations would not become empty wishes. If you never knew exceeding wealth, you would never be poor, for you would never know want, for I am at your side. You would have peace. Your spirit would breathe the freshness of each new morning. If I were your angel, sent to be the entry at your door, I would guard you, I would love you, and I would cherish you. Take this moment and just breathe into this freshness of this new morning. If I were your angel, you would never be without love, for you are always have an abundance of love to give and to receive. All about you, each one feels the glow you carry with you, and you would know this. Each day you could hear my voice, and you would never feel alone. You would hear it say, "Believe." Like a brook whispering over the stones it passes, you would hear the gentle sound, urging you always to remember how unique you are. As each year passes, I would remain, for I would have been the sentry at your door. Perhaps you would not know that I am there, yet you would know that you are never alone if I were your angel. So take this moment and feel comforted and know that you are never, never alone. Just breathe gently into this moment. If I were an angel sent to be a sentry at your door, I would send you small miracles each day. I would send you a smile. I would send you a hug. I would send you the gratitude of being alive, just looking at the beauty surrounding you. Some would be small, some would be large, but there is always, always miracles surrounding you at each moment. And you would never be without love, for you always have an abundance of love to give and to receive. All this about you, each one feels the glow you carry with you, and you would know this deep within yourself. If I were your angel, just breathe and relax and feel refreshed. So remember to pay attention and breathe, and to always return home with me as we memorize the stepping stones along the way. Embrace them and love them. Discover the mysteries of life and feel refreshed. Open the door wide to your soul. Welcome the insights that filter in like moonbeams dancing across the room. Catch them at a glance. Now breathe. Stay conscious as a silent witness observes patiently, gracing you with rich blessings, bringing you back to your natural state of being. Just breathe and refresh and relax. So remember, if I were your angel, I would comfort you, I would love you, and I would be the sentry at your door, guarding you. Always, always realizing your worth and your love. So just breathing again into this moment, breathing in and breathing out, you can come back and feel refreshed and know that you are loved. So this completes this meditation service for this morning. So service will begin at 10 o'clock. Thank you for joining me.
May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I May I, may I, may I, may I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see. May I a knowing, a loving, and a truth. Whatever you need to know will come in God's way for you. Just say, until it's strong, I'll pray. I won't move until I know that I walk in the love of God. For the power and glory of God is everywhere. I can feel it, it's everywhere. I can see it, it's everywhere. And I know in my heart, power and glory of God is everywhere. Don't you see it, it's everywhere. Don't you feel it, it's everywhere. Won't you say in your heart, yes, I walk in the love of God. There is a power, a presence, one life of hope, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite. One love, God's love. Oh yes, I know. Ooh, in the love of God.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, and happy Easter. What a beautiful and glorious day it is to be here. Isn't it something outside? Oh, I just love it. And the energy in here is just overwhelming. I think part of that was on Good Friday. We had our labyrinth walk here, walking the Stations of the Cross. Those of you that participated in that, I know you found it to be a phenomenal experience. We're going to do that again next year, so look out for it. I don't think there was a dry eye in the house of all the people walking that labyrinth on Friday. So it was a wonderful experience. And then yesterday we did some creativity in here, and the energy is just bouncing off the walls, and so am I. So happy to be here with you all. I see some new faces here. Welcome. I'm glad you found us. I'd love to hear how you found us and a little bit more about you. So after service, I'll be back at the door. Come and stop and say hi to me. I want to say a special hi to everybody that's joining us online today. If you would just wave at that glass window back there. Joe's videoing our service. We broadcast everything that we do here on our YouTube channel. There's over 2,700 videos on there right now, so if you haven't checked it out, make sure you take an opportunity to do that. We've got meditations and music and messages and much, much more. There's a lot of alliteration there. So we're going to kick it off with some music. What are we singing?
Bright Idea.
Bright Idea. The words are going to be on the screen. If you'd like to stand and join us, we'd love to have your participation in this.
I woke up to a light bulb. Every little thing is possible. I woke up to a feeling. Every little thing has meaning. I'm gonna use my two hands. I'm gonna move a mountain. I woke up to a light bulb on. Every little thing is possible now. Love is a bright idea. Love is a brilliant plan. I built my life around a bright idea. Yes, I built my life around the love that I found. I woke up to a new day. Every little thing gotta go my way. I woke up to a perfect thought. Every little thing in a perfect spot. Now I'm gonna use my own voice. I'm gonna sing the song of my choice. I woke up to a light bulb on. Every little thing is possible now. Love is a bright idea. Love is a brilliant plan. I built my life around a bright idea. I built my life around the love that I found. I'm gonna use my 2 feet. I'm gonna walk to my own beat. I woke up to a light bulb on. Every little thing is possible now. Love is a bright idea. Love is a brilliant plan. I built my life around a bright idea. Yes, I built my life around the love that I found. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Easter. Greet your neighbor if you're comfortable doing so.
raise your hand if you got your daily dose of 20 hugs that every human needs. Yay. We aim to please. Yes, exactly. Part of your immune system regime there. Okay, we're going to shift the energy a little bit here and go into a little more contemplative time. I'm going to invite up our practitioner of the day, Debbie Little, to give us our affirmation and invocation, accompanied by Justin and followed up by the wonderful David Villela.
Good morning, everyone. So let's say the affirmation together. Breath by breath, I celebrate the amazing miracles in my life, however large or small.
Yeah, hang on. This B. God prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary as you. Let's sing it. God prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary as you.
Now, as the sun rises in the east, we open our eyes to a new beginning, a new morning, breathtaking in its brilliance. We feel alive. We greet this morning with a smile as we come together to celebrate in this community of love and friendship. We listen to the message the Spirit speaks through Reverend Laura. We become quiet in the silence, and we greet each other with a hug and a warm embrace. This is a beautiful morning of love and connection. As we are that sanctuary, we open that doorway to our soul and welcome all the insights. We are embraced with love, and we come together as individuals, so unique, so valuable, so cherished, yet we are one with one voice, singing this song of togetherness, this thread that is intertwined as we become one. So I just give great thanks for this morning, for this celebration, for this Easter morning that brought us all together right here and right now. And so it is.
All right, let's sing it. God prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary as you. One more time now. God prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary as you. a sanctuary as you. When I was a boy, each week, Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest as he would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the tide. Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wide. And I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. Now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, I barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. Used to be a world half there, heaven second rate, hand me down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face, say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven second rate, hand me down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Thank you.
I knew today was going to be phenomenal. My favorite people singing my favorite songs. It's amazing, isn't it? Thank you, guys. Thank you for putting that together for me. All right. So, Easter Sunday. Easter is a time of miracles, a time when we really celebrate some of the most profound miracles that the world has ever heard of. You know, as it said in the song that David just sang, when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time that Moses split the sea in two and Jesus turned the water into wine. I remember feeling sad Miracles don't happen still. And now I can't keep track because everything's a miracle. Everything is a miracle. Everything that we have in life is a miracle. I mean, if you just think about this body that we're in, this thing that a little tiny bit of God stuff got stuck into and created this amazing experience that we call life, and how this body keeps itself functioning. We don't have to tell our heart to beat. We don't have to tell our lungs to breathe. They do it on their own. What a miracle. What a miraculous thing that we are. Just every single little aspect of our world is absolutely amazing. As it said in the song, the miracle is that anything is here at all. It's not that that the singular thing has to be the miracle. It is a miracle in the everyday things, and the miracle in the way that we experience things. You know, our religion is called New Thought, and it comes from a lot of different sources, but one of those sources is a man named Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was one of the transcendentalists back in the mid-1800s. And Ralph said this: an invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common, to see the miracles in those everyday things. Imagine waking up in the morning and taking that first conscious breath and thinking, what a miracle it is that I can do this. What a miracle it is. What a miracle it is that I have indoor plumbing, that I can take care of things. What a miracle it is that I can make my coffee within a few moments. Imagine just those little things, those little everyday things in our life, and make them a miracle. It changes how we look at everything, how we experience everything. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, writes it this way: there is no greater miracle than the miracle of your own consciousness awakening to the presence of God within you. Ernest didn't think that miracles were exceptions. He thought they were an expression of our spiritual alignment. When we get in touch with the truth of who we are, when we follow those spiritual laws, the principles that we hold as truth, when we align ourselves with those, then our life is a miracle. When we awaken to the fact that the divine law is operating in our experience, and we apply it with faith, and we apply it with clarity, and we apply it with conviction, then what once seemed to be miraculous becomes absolutely natural and commonplace. Inner transformation is the truest miracle that we have. When we align ourselves inwardly with the presence that is already there within us, that is waiting for itself to be acknowledged and expressed within us, when we align ourselves with that, everything becomes a miracle in our life. Joel Goldsmith writes it this way. He says, miracles happen as a result of the activity of God appearing as harmony in our being. When spirit and our inner life align with each other in harmony, in balance, when we are living the truth that we know in a way that it is outpicturing in our life, then every day becomes a miracle. Joel Goldsmith, in his viewpoint, miracles are not rare, but they're simply a result of aligning ourselves with that spiritual truth, with that reality. There is no personal power that is needed. We don't have to bring anything into ourselves to bring miracles into our lives. We have to align with what's already there. The only thing we need is the realization of oneness, the realization of our connectedness with spirit, the activity of creating an intimate relationship with the God of our understanding, and allowing that relationship to be the driving force in our lives. Miracles do not come from seeking an outcome. When we're trying to fix something or repair something, or to bring something into us that we think we're missing, that's not when we have miracles. Miracles happen in the silence, in the stillness, when we abide in the presence, when we unify ourselves with that consciousness that we know is always present within us. When we align ourselves with that, that's when we really begin to feel it. He goes on to say that miracles happen when we are abiding in stillness, silence, stillness, and the presence. They are happening when we remember our oneness with the creative love intelligence. When we remember our oneness. When we remember, yeah, God's in there. God's got this. I don't have to fix anything. I just have to remember the truth. I have to remember that my life is a life built of love. My life is a life that has been created by this magnificent intelligence that knows everything and that can do anything. And so everything is possible in my life when I remember that truth. And so again, miracles are not about divine exception. They're about divine preception, about how do we understand God? How do we understand that connection that we have with Spirit? How are we in intimate relationship with it? If we're thinking that it's something outside of us, that we have to barter or plead or beg to have a result in our life, then we are not living in conscious union with it. We're not in that reciprocal relationship. We're in a hierarchical relationship where we've got God sitting up here and we're down here on earth and we're trying to bring something into us that it doesn't exist that way. It exists within us. And we need to open up a way that we can bring it out from within us and allow God to express in our experiences through us. So in our New Thought tradition, again, miracles are not about the divine exception. We consider Jesus, Easter celebration is all about the life of Jesus here. And when we think about Jesus as a person, we consider him to be the example of how to live in conscious union with Spirit. He was the ultimate example of how to actually have that intimate relationship. He called God or the divine or Spirit Father because he had an intimate relationship with it like you would with your own father. And so he used a word that was from the Aramaic that was called Abu, and it was a word that meant father or like a divine, a paternal kind of influence in his life because that's the way he had a relationship with it. He didn't think that it was only his father. He believed that this divine intelligence was the father of all life. And for him, it was easiest to express it that way. And so we're not looking for the exception. We're looking for the example of how to live that way. And we realize in New Thought that miracles unfold in our lives when we return our thought to that oneness, when we live in conscious union with that indwelling presence, when we remember that truth, when we recognize that there are certain spiritual laws at work, and that when we align ourselves with those laws, the results happen in our lives. When we think about a spiritual law of prosperity or abundance, when we start looking for evidence of abundance in the world, we start seeing it. When we start looking for evidence of anything, we start seeing it. There's a wonderful book I read not too long ago called E Squared by Pam Grout, and she talks about things like that. And her example was, think about yellow Volkswagens. And if you start talking about yellow Volkswagens, the next thing you know, you're going to be seeing yellow Volkswagens all over the road. It's the same thing. When we align ourselves with those ideas, that's what we bring into our experience. You know, if you're thinking, I was reading a story not too long ago about a woman that had moved from a country that had no redheaded people. And she moved to a country that had redheaded people. And all of a sudden, she saw them everywhere. Now, it wasn't that the whole country was redheaded. It just seemed like there were so many of them because she had never experienced it before. She started noticing it because she was aligning herself with that idea of people have red hair. Oh, interesting. And so she started seeing that, evidence of that. And miracles also begin to happen when we remember spiritual truth over the outward appearances. So we may be experiencing something in our lives that we're not really liking. And the appearance of it is that it's a problem. Let's say we have a cold. We've got a cold. We're experiencing this cold. The outward appearance of a cold is, all of those symptoms that we have when we have a cold. But the truth is we live in wholeness and health. And so if we can shift our ideas back to wholeness and health, that cold quickly dissipates. Many of us have proven this and seen it happen over and over again. If we turn our attention away from the cold to the spiritual truth of wholeness and vitality and energy moving through us and perfection, then we begin to have that experience in our life as opposed to having the experience of the cold. Now you could say, I miraculously cured myself of this cold. And that would be an example of it because you shifted your attention away from the problem to the spiritual truth that we know about it. And so when we do this, when we fill ourselves with the faith in these spiritual laws, when we believe that this is the truth and this is the way we're going to experience it, we begin to see evidence of miracles all around us. So returning to oneness, recognizing spiritual laws at work, choosing truth over appearance, connecting in consciousness, resting in faith. These are the ways that we begin to experience those everyday miracles. When we begin to change challenges into results that we are wanting to have through our aligning ourselves with those spiritual truths. So we're here in this Easter season. So Easter itself was filled with lots of miracles. We had all of the miracles that Jesus had done prior to arriving in Jerusalem on that Sunday a week ago. And, he was able to have people that couldn't walk stand up and walk. People that were blind were able to see. He even raised the dead. All of these things that were miracles at the time, he did those by aligning himself with truth. He knew truth. And by having his consciousness so clear of that truth, so connected with Spirit, living in that intimate relationship with the Father that he knew, he made himself a place where miracles were possible to have them show up through him. There's one story in the Bible about someone touching his cloak, the garment that he wore, and being healed because they were in the presence of someone who knew consciousness, who knew truth. I was just talking with someone a little earlier about this. It's like when we are aligned with spiritual truth, all of a sudden we find people coming up to us and saying, telling us all these stories about things in their life, and they're seeking advice and guidance from us because they sense in us something. They sense that there's something there that will help them. They don't know why. The person who touched Jesus' cloak did not know why, but they knew enough to do that, to reach out. There's a wonderful line that Joel Goldsmith uses all the time. He says that when we take one step towards God, God takes 1,000 steps towards us. We sometimes just have to reach out. We just have to seek that connection with Spirit, and it just rushes back into us. So the Easter story that we know comes from the canonical Gospels. Those are the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the first 4 books of the New Testament. Now, these are stories that were written about the life of a man named Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth. But they're not the only stories that were written about his life. As a matter of fact, there are about 50 others. And in 1945, they were found, they were discovered in a little cave in a desert called Nagamani in the Dead Sea. You may have heard them referred to as the Dead Sea Scrolls, or perhaps the Nagamani text, or the way I like to call them, the Gnostic Gospels. So one of the classes I took in ministerial school was Gnosticism. Gnostic means to know. A person who is Gnostic is a knower. And so Gnosticism is to know. And so the Gnostic Gospels are this truth that came through about this man we know as Jesus. Now, in 325 CE, about 300 years after the crucifixion of Jesus, a group of people got together and try to decide which books should tell the story of Jesus' life and which books should not tell the story of Jesus' life. And this was called the Council of Nicaea. And it was formed in the Roman Empire in 325 CE. From then until about 500 CE, there was a lot of discussion about which books were going to be included in this library that we call the Bible. And a lot of people had strong opinions about that. And they had strong opinions about which things people should know and which things people should not know. Many of the things in the Gnostic Gospels were things that were deemed not to be known. The Gnostic Gospels talks about Jesus' life in two distinct ways. One, they talk about him as a human being, and the other one, they talk him about being this mystical consciousness. There's not a lot written about the resurrection or the crucifixion of Jesus in the Gnostic Gospels, but there are words in there that help us get a good glimpse of what the truth was. So there are 4 Gnostic Gospels that I really like, and I pulled some information from them. The Gospel of Thomas. Thomas was one of the disciples. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene. We know Mary Magdalene, who some say was Jesus' wife, some say not. Some say she was a prostitute, some say not. It just depends on your point of view. The Gospel of Philip, he was also a disciple. And then the Gospel of Truth. And so these Gospels were hidden away in a clay jar by a scholar because about 450 CE, the Roman Emperor Constantine was on a crusade to eliminate all of the books that did not follow the doctrine that he wanted people to read. And so they had big book burning parties back then even, trying to get rid of some of these ideas. And so a scholar took these books, these 50 books, and he put them in clay jars, and he buried them in this cave in the Dead Sea. It was very fortunate that he put them where he did, because in 1,500 years, they were still okay. You could still touch them. They could still be read because of the high heat and the low humidity of the area. They did not dissolve like most books would do in 1,500 years. And so in the Gospel of Thomas, it's a collection of 114 sayings of Jesus. Mary Magdalene's Gospel is about her interactions with Jesus after he died, after she saw him in the outside of the tomb, and then for the few weeks after that. That's what her gospel is. The Gospel of Philip is on the mystical teachings of union, love, and the nature of Christ. And the Gospel of Truth is more poetic and metaphysical reflections on Jesus' life. And so the Gnostic Gospels are, they provide us with these points here, that it's, first off, it's a mystical, inwardly liberating Christianity. In other words, it brings us free from within, and it has that mystical connection. And remember, mysticism is all about being in conscious union with Spirit. And so in these Gospels, they talk about this inner light being more powerful than any external authority. So we don't have to look to a God that's outside of us. We bring it forth from within us. It's about personal transformation over then standard beliefs about things. It's about how we change our lives. It's wisdom over dogma. It's wisdom over dogma. It's not like it has to be this way. It's like finding that inner knowledge within ourselves, the gnosis, the knowledge within ourselves. And it's a direct, unmediated experience of the divine. It's having that intimate relationship with Spirit. And so they do reference the resurrection, but they interpret it more symbolically, spiritually, and in a mystical context. So the Easter story is told in mainstream Christianity in those canonical Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It's about the death, the burial, and the resurrection. But in the Gnostic Gospels, it's more about the inner resurrection, what has been birthed from within us. It's seeing Christ as a revealer of divine knowledge rather than a Savior who demonstrated his willingness to save us through the resurrection, his death and resurrection. And so for the Gnostic Easter, when I was in ministerial school, we had to take a traditional event and rewrite it from the point of view of the Gnostics. And so, fortunately for me, I chose Easter to do that. So I'm going to share that with you today. I did a little tweaking of it because my views have changed a bit in the last 8 years. I can't imagine anybody else's hasn't too. So this is my interpretation through the Gnostic eyes of Easter. So I'll read it here to you. It's going to be on the screen too. In the stillness before dawn, while the world slept beneath the veil of illusion, the teacher of light walked the threshold, not to escape death, but to reveal its unreality. His body was pierced, but his essence was untouched. For the true one, the living one, cannot die. His disciples wept, lost in the sorrow of form. But Mary, she who saw with the eye of the heart, beheld him in the garden, not with the eyes of flesh, but in the radiant clarity of gnosis. Gnosis is knowledge. He said to her, "Do not cling to what passes away. I have not ascended to some distant place. I am risen within you. When you know yourself, you will know me." The stone rolled not from a tomb, but from the heart, revealing the eternal seed within, the spark of the infinite clothed in mortal dust. The spark of the infinite clothed in mortal dust. The resurrection was not an event, but an unveiling, a call to awaken, to die to ignorance, and to rise into the knowing of who we truly are. So let the Easter of the soul begin, not with lilies or trumpets, but in silence and fire, in the breaking of the inner tomb where the light has waited for your eyes. So again, the resurrection is about inner transformation rather than being an external physical event. And as Jesus so beautifully told us so many times in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Thomas, and Philip, and Mary, he says, "These things and even more, even greater shall you do too." He resurrected. He brought forth that inner light from within him. And we can do that too. We can do that simply through remembering those things from the Gnostic Gospels, that there is an inner light that is stronger than any external authority, that we are more profound personal transformation is stronger than any belief that we have, that wisdom oversees dogma at every turn. Think about the things that we are told. Is that true for us? Use our own internal judgment. Use our own communion. Sit in the silence. Ask the question, what is true for me? Not all dogma is bad, but so much of it has been used to control people throughout the ages. Find out what is true for you. Use your own inner connection with Spirit. Use your mystical consciousness to find out what is the truth for you. And have that direct, unmediated experience of the divine. Having that direct experience, having that conscious experience. We do that when we are silent. I'm not sure God ever talks to me when I'm talking aloud myself. I got to quiet myself and listen. I have to be still and let God love me. Isn't that one of our songs? You know, be still and let God love me. You know, it's in those moments of quietness. It's in those moments of stillness. It's in the moments when we have to drop to our knees because there's not a thing we can do, but to fall down and surrender and say, I don't know what to do here, God, but you do. So I'll just sit here and listen until I know. When we find that opportunity, when we do whatever is necessary for us to do that, if it's in meditation, fabulous. If it's when you're in prayer, wonderful. If it's when you're walking the labyrinth, ecstatically. That is fabulous ways of experiencing God. It can be when you're washing the dishes. It can be when you're mowing the grass. It can be when you first wake up in the morning or before you go to bed at night. The miracle of our connection happens all the time. We just have to be still enough and quiet enough to be receptive to it. So Ernest Holmes talks a little bit about Easter as a miracle in several of his writings. He says that Easter is a symbol of spiritual awakening, that the resurrection is a symbol of awakening to the truth, that the metaphysical rebirth from a lower to higher states of consciousness happens in this resurrection, that we are uplifted, up-leveled. Remember, he says we're on an ever upward spiral of evolution. And so as we move up on that spiral, each time we are resurrected. We are taken to a higher level of consciousness from where we were before. The resurrection is a reminder that the divine life, that true essence of who we are, never dies. Remember one of our principles. We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe that this eternal life is just bursting itself forth from us all of the time. And sometimes it shows up in this particular physical form, and sometimes it shows up in another one, in another place, in another time. It is waiting to be resurrected within us all the time. It is a call to live in the light of the resurrected Christ consciousness every day. Miracles don't have to be flashy. They don't have to be astounding. They don't have to be big events. We don't have to wait for the fireworks or the earthquake or the sea to part or the water to turn to wine. We can find our miracles in every moment of every day. Geez, we turn water into all kinds of things every day, don't we? I do coffee myself. I don't know what anybody else does, but no. Not negating that, but a miracle can happen in any way, in any form. They happen in the whispers. They happen in the silence. They happen in the falling down on our knees. They happen in those quiet moments. Our opportunity is always to be awake, to be open to it. And so the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. Happy Easter, everyone. So let's take this into prayer. I invite our spiritual practitioners to stand and surround us. These beautiful, beloved people hold us in prayer throughout the week, knowing the truth for you. If at any time you'd like to submit a prayer request, we have an online button that you can click for a prayer request. We have a box in the lobby for a prayer request. Those of you that are joining us on YouTube, you can put it in the comments, or you can go to our website and click on our link. We are happy to hold you in prayer throughout the week. If you want immediate prayer today after service, we'll have practitioners available in our prayer room across the hall, and I'll tell you more about that. So I just invite you to take a moment and just settle yourself in the chair, relaxing into the peace and the presence that is here right now. And so opening up to the energy and the power and the presence that is available right here and right now in this space and beyond. I know that there is only one divine, creative, love intelligence, one Father, one presence, and one power. And this one goes by many names. It shows up in infinite incarnations. But I simply know it is God. And I know that right here and right now, God is all there is. It is the love that is flowing through unconditionally and perfectly. It is that peace that passeth all understanding. It is wisdom and clarity and abundance and harmony and balance. It is good stuff and so much more. And because I know that God is all there is, I know that I am one with it. I know the power and the presence of the divine resides right at the heart of my being. That I am that perfect and unique emanation of a love so powerful it could do nothing but create more and more of itself. And as I know this is true for me, I know this is true for each and every one of us. For we are all that beautiful, unique vessel of that creative love. And so knowing this truth, I speak my word. I know that right here and right now, the presence of that one is right within each one of us. It is that light that is waiting to shine forth in everything that we do. And I know that everything that we do is an absolute miracle. It is the divine showing itself forth, pouring itself forth into expression. I know that it moves through us in grace and ease and love. I know that there is a generosity of spirit that is pouring itself forth through every action, every thought, every word and every deed. I know that we are absolutely grace in action right here and right now. And I am so, so grateful to know this. I'm so grateful to feel it. I'm so grateful to see it happening in this community and beyond. I know that this one power and presence is an absolute miracle to behold. And so I just simply release this word into the law, into that creative mind that always says yes, that knows no limits, that has no lack, that is constantly pouring itself forth into expression. I let it go and I let it be, and together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Ooh. Good energy. So now is that time we have to support our community financially through your offerings. We have several different ways that you can give. We have Zelle, text to give, or online giving. Kaylee and Kelly are at the back table over there if you need any assistance with that. And our ushers are here to gratefully receive your cash and check donations now. So if you would, put your offering over your heart. If you're giving electronically, just put your hands over. If you've already given, put your hands over. If you're giving later, put your hands over. In other words, put your hands on your heart. And repeat after me. This gift I give goes forth from me, does amazing and miraculous things, and returns to me in kind.
Returns to me in kind.
Pressed down and overflowing.
Pressed down and overflowing.
We're singing money.
Money.
Money is coming to me. This has got a good beat. If you want to stand and sing. Words.
Money comes coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Every time I open my heart, I receive all that I need, knowing that God heals my soul. I release and let it flow. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. And I have all I need. And it's all inside of me. I just ask and let it go. And let spirit coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me.
Woo! All right. And we just give great thanks for everything that we've received here today, knowing that we are infinitely blessed by the consciousness of these gifts, and that this blessing goes out from us, touching lives and doing wonderful things. Thank you, God. And so it is. It is. Thank you. David, no, you're up here.
When darkness tries to roll over my bones, when sorrow comes to steal the joy I owe, when brokenness and pain is all I know, I won't be shaken, no, I won't be shaken. 'Cause my fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. Shame no longer has a place to hide, and I am not a captive to the lies. I'm not afraid to leave my past behind. Oh, I won't be shaken. No, I won't be shaken. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. There's a power that can break off every chain. There's a power that can empty out a grave. There's a resurrection power that can save. There's power in your name, power in your name. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. When I stand in your love, stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. Stand in your love. Stand in your love. Stand in your love. Thank you.
David and Justin, how fabulous. Thank you. Music was off the charts today. Woo! Hallelujah. All right. Just a few announcements before we finish up here. First off, there is a blue-gray Mazda blocking the ramp, and our people that are using devices and wheelchairs need to have the ramp accessible. So if you have a blue-gray Mazda CX-5, could you please move that? Okay, our raffle and silent auction. Today is the very last day that you can buy raffle tickets or bid on any of the items on the silent auction. We're going to draw during the week. The Leadership Council doesn't know this, but I'm going to make them do the drawing at our meeting on Thursday. So and then you'll get an email. All the winners will be notified, and we'll have the items here for you to pick up next Sunday. So you notice our pop-up bookstore is here today. Again, we have wonderful items in there. There's some new things there. Merlon just put some really sweet lotus lamps there. I bought one already. They're really nice. Kelly's got all kinds of new things in there, and I have a whole display of books and stuff. So check it out. 10% of everything that we sell goes to our center here. I have a new class coming. I'm so excited about this. This is a CSL certificated class, so it's one of these that would work if you're interested in becoming a practitioner. This would be a prerequisite for that training. This is called The Mystical Path. It's based on a book that I read in ministerial school called The Mystic Heart. Phenomenal book. I actually had several mystical experiences while I was reading it, so I'm excited to teach this class. It's going to be in person on Thursday nights starting May 15th for 7 weeks. It runs to June 26th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. The cost is $220, and if you happen to be a member of our organization, then you get a discounted rate of $200, and then you'll have to get the book also. We will have those available at the next pop-up for people that want to buy them in person. So that's one thing. I'm really excited about a lot of stuff here. This is our new email campaign that's coming out in May. I actually just finished working on it this week, so everything is ready to go out in emails. This is Tender Loving Self-Care. And so it's about spiritual practices to help us better nurture ourselves. These are mindful practices that will help you stay in the present moment, connected to spirit, and aware of what's going on in your life to help you get a better sense of things. There are also some really sacred practices in there, and there's some downright silly ones in there. So I'm still looking forward to that. And in conjunction with that, our Soul Crafters for May 3rd, this is a change from the schedule that I put out at the beginning of the year, but our Soul Crafters is going to be the art of soulful pampering. And we are going to, I love essential oils. Several of you know that about me. We're going to create our own hand lotion, oil, candle, and if it all works out well, a coffee exfoliant scrub. I haven't finished that one yet, but it may be coming. So $25 per person. There is a limit of 20 people. So if you're interested in that at all, this will be May 3rd from 10 to 12:30 here. And then following that is World Labyrinth Day, where all across the globe at 1 p.m., people walk for peace on World Labyrinth Day. So at 1 o'clock, we'll have the labyrinth available from 1 to 3 for you to walk a peace meditation for world peace across the globe. It's a phenomenal day. We're on the World Labyrinth Day website announcing this, and the labyrinth locator there. So put those on your calendar. May 3rd is going to be a big day here. Every Tuesday we have our Walking the Path group, which is a discussion group around the concepts of the Science of Mind magazine. They take the daily reading and talk about that and then see where the discussion goes. And so it's a phenomenal group. And I forgot to put a slide in today, but today is also our Rhythm, Sound, and Soul drumming group at 5 o'clock here in the sanctuary. If you haven't had enough Easter celebrations, come on back and drum and dance and chant with this wonderful group. They're 5 to about 7. All right, so we have a moment of prayer available in our prayer room, which is right across the hall here. Debbie will be at the door directing people in. If you would like to have your own personal affirmative prayer done for you by one of our practitioners, please head on over to the prayer room. And if you are physically able, we would love to have help stacking the chairs. Just please don't let them touch the stained glass on the wall there, and stay away from the bookstore over there. But only do it if you're physically able to do that. All right, would you stand, please? And if you're comfortable, hold hands with somebody near you. We're going to close with this beautiful blessing by our founder, Ernest Holmes. It's one of my favorites. Would you repeat after me? There is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. And that life is my life now. And so it is. Have a beautiful Easter Sunday.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show